Hello. I thought that today I would start my Valentine's vlog. It's February. I'm leaving New Zealand tomorrow. I was here for 2 weeks, just seeing friends, doing whatever. It was really nice. I'm packing, as you can see, but I thought it would be smart to start now. I have a little up and go, which I love. I really want to read Aveda Vice's new book. I think it's Reckless Vengeance, I want to say. So I also thought, okay, that book is not long. Why not, on my 15-hour flight, read that, Skin, the book that comes after Skin, and then if I'm feeling it, I can reread my favorite smutty romance of all time by Aveda Vice, which is Insatiably Yours. I absolutely love that book. It's perfect in every way to me, and I don't recommend it to everyone. It's for a very select few of you that are like me, mentally ill in the smutty romance genre. I am not sure what the new book is about. I know it just came out not too long ago, so it shouldn't be hard for me to find at all online. I will find it. I think it's a pirate romance, a pirate monster romance. This is specifically a monster romance log. That's what I will be reading for all of February. So come along with me on my long flight. It's basically 28 hours to get home from New Zealand, all the way back to the Bahamas. So I have tons of time. And on the way, I read Heated Rivalry, which also romance. Absolutely wonderful. I got to actually see my friend that I buddy read it with in Wellington. And we hung out and we talked about it, and we both have an obsession, and I still haven't watched the show yet, but I will get there when I get home, because I can't watch it here. I'm excited to start this vlog. Thank you for being here. Love you. Hope you enjoy. Hello. I have read maybe 20% of the book. I'm in Miami. I slept basically the whole way from Auckland to Houston. Got to Houston, had to rush, got on the flight to Miami, slept the whole time. Again, said I was going to read this book, and then we took long to take off. So I said I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit, and then proceeded to fall asleep. But I did start it, which is good. So basically, it is Reckless Indulgence by Aveda Vice, which I think I said before. And basically, we open with Cav, who is kind of running after this person, finds the person, sees someone he recognizes, licks, tries to warn her, and then they end up going off to get off. But Lix hates Cav. That's how the story is going. At the moment, Lix needs Cav, because Lix kind of just needs where Cav works for a reason. Yeah, it's longer than I thought it was. I thought it was 100 and something pages, but on my phone it says 733 pages. But I didn't have internet for forever, so I'll go look at that, I guess, tomorrow. I'm gonna read some more tonight before I go to bed. I am oiled up. My tattoos are oiled up. It's maybe 11:30 at the moment. We have an early flight, and I will be home by lunch tomorrow, which is great. Yeah, once I get home, I'm comfortable, then I should be able to finish it and actually enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy these clips, I guess. Hello, I'm home. I just lotioned my tattoos. Did I show you that I got one on my knee? This is the picture of it. It hurt like hell. But it wasn't, it hurt, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I could do it again. Because it was like around the knee. It wasn't actually the knee. Anyway, I finished A Reckless Indulgence by Aveda Vice yesterday while I was making dinner, because I did immediately come home and have to make dinner. Like I said before, we are following Cav and Lix. Lix is a siren, Cav is a dragon of sorts. And interestingly enough, like, people have magical things, like there's magic and whatever, but nobody believes in sirens. Anyway, so we get this, like, we get dual POV, but we also get dual POV in the present and in the past. And in the past, Cav and Lix basically met because Cav washed up on Lix's grotto. She keeps him there, threatens to kill him several times, doesn't do it, and then just keeps him there out of curiosity, out of entertainment, and then eventually gives him back to avoid having anything happen to him. So she doesn't admit that she likes him or like wants to keep him or whatever, but she like does that act. And unfortunately, something that Cav does causes Lix to really hate Cav and basically wants revenge, like does actually want to kill Cav, but is still very interested in everything that Cav does, everything that Cav says. And Cav is such an easy person. He just like, she's like, I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, please do. If you will it, I'm about it. Like, do whatever you want to me. I'm here for it. And she's like, why aren't you fighting back? And he's like, because I like you. And I want you to kill me. I saw some reviews that kind of said that the plot wasn't really there, and like some of the little projects that we're supposed to be doing didn't really happen. And I think it did. I think it's just the progression of the story. If it was a longer book and if it was less of a monster romance and more of like a romantasy, then I think the plot would have been way more like fleshed out the way that people want it. But that's not what Aveda Vice was here for. Like, she was writing a monster romance. The plot came second, even though it was still like pretty good. I don't think anything needed to be added that would then help the romance. I think the romance was perfectly fine. That being said, I gave it a 3.5, and I'm teetering between 3.5 3.75. Like, I just finished it yesterday, so I haven't really had the time to let it simmer. So far, my only issues with it was I personally did not love Lix. Like, I fully understood her as a character 100%. I just didn't really like her. And when I am reading a romance, I want to be one person. I want to semi-relate to one person so that I can then like the other person. Basically, what I got from it is that Cav is trans, but then also Lix is a woman, but also she's a siren, and she has parts that not all, like, she's a jellyfish siren. I think her sister is a barracuda. So like, they have different parts and things that they can use to do things, which I enjoyed. I did enjoy that. because one of Aveda Vice's last books, The Horned God or whatever, I didn't really like that. I personally could not imagine the sex that was happening. So I do like in this one that I could fully imagine and see everything. Usually I like I am the FMC and I like the MMC. I went to say MLC. But in this case, I wanted to be licks. But then I couldn't relate to licks like I related to Cav. But then I didn't like licks like that. So it was hard for me. But that's just me. That's just my personal thing when it comes to romance and monster romances and whatever. That being said, the 3.5 just felt right. Like it didn't change my life. It was a good time. The beginning took me really long to get into. Like I was not excited to read it. Just because I don't love revenge very much. But once we got the ball rolling and Lex came onto the ship the Cav is on and they started their project, then I was like, okay, I can work with this. I like this. And I did like the ending. I did appreciate how things went. It's a romance, so they get together. Whippy. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna start it today, but I would like to read Skin today. And then, which is very, very short. That actually is short. And then I can move on maybe tomorrow or the day after. Then I can move on to the book that comes after that, which I had started. I've read Skin. I didn't really understand it, but I think now I should be able to. And then the book after it, inexplicably something. I don't know. Anyway, I had started that and I didn't like it. I didn't like where it was going, but I think that's because I was not in tuned enough with my dark side. So I should be able to read that. At the same time, I downloaded a ton of monster romance audiobooks from my library, including Blood Moon by Gillian Graves, which I love. I absolutely love that book by Gillian Graves. Her other work, don't know, don't care. But that one, I really love that one. I was thinking of rereading some C.M. Nascosta as well, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I have a whole spreadsheet full of monster romances, and there are some in there that I've been meaning to get to, so I will try to get to those as well. Not in this vlog, but if I talk about it, if I do start it, I will talk about it. So yeah. So I realized that I never probably said anything about Skin. I finished it 2 days ago. Yesterday was the Super Bowl, so I didn't read anything. I did read a manga before I went to bed, but I didn't really read anything. I was supposed to start Intrinsically Tied, but I did not. Also, don't mind my hair. It is cold. I am for 3 days now, I've been fighting a sore throat. I don't want to get it. And you can kind of hear it, but it's not that bad. And I needed to stay like that. So I can't wet my hair. So I have to figure out other ways to do my hair at the moment while it's already dry. So Skin, very, very short novella. Smutty business or detective-y partners. So the woman is a skeleton-y woman. And if she touches something, she feels all its emotions and whatever. And her bodyguard, who's a gargoyle, he I mean, he doesn't accidentally touch her, but they have a situation go down and he does touch her. So now they're like tied. And it's clear that he likes her, but he's like holding back as much as possible so that A, she doesn't like feel it, B, so that she doesn't become overwhelmed by it. They get a bit awkward and then they get together, and it's just them getting together for the first time, I guess. I fully think I remember why I would have like put, I mean, I read Skin, but why I would have put down Intrinsically Tied. What's the gargoyle's name? My ex-boyfriend's name. So, I don't remember when I went to read this, but obviously I would not have liked that. Who would? But, I mean, now I think I'm fine. So I'm gonna start Intrinsically Tied today. And if I get that done, then I'm gonna listen to Blood Moon by Gillian Graves. I have not read that book in forever, and I think about it often. Also, my new bookshelf. I don't have many books to put on it yet, but I'm very happy about it. There is no video of like me assembling it because I did not assemble it. My brother put it together, and I'm not putting him on mine. I'm not putting my family on that. So I will check back with you later. Maybe when I get a couple chapters into Intrinsically Tied. I should probably read that while I'm having my tea. Forgot to mention, I gave it a 4. I gave Skin a 4. I had previously given it a 3, but I think I just wasn't there when I read it before because of everything I talked about. But it was so sexy. It was so good. I like his colors. That was fun. Okay, yeah. I am about to take a nap, but I am 30% through Intrinsically Tied. It's good so far. I think I probably DNF'd it before because I wasn't into the whole like true crime bit. But to kind of take a step back and talk about what the book is about. Basically, Harbinger and Flint from Skin are partners. They do like detective-y work because Harbinger can touch objects and kind of see the past, but she has a really hard time with people because if she touches a person, she then has their emotions like tied to her. So in Skin, her and Flint touched, but they're together now, so it's fine to an extent. He represses them so that she doesn't get overwhelmed by it. But basically, this organization has called them for their help with figuring out where these girls are that this serial killer killed. And they have a piece of the serial killer, and it's a night terror. So basically, they have to go on this journey to kind of find where the girls are with the night terror. But the night terror is just that. Like, he was the night terror of the serial killer, but isn't anything more than that. So there's very limited information on what he knows, but also we don't know, like, they don't know what he's gonna do. If he's gonna do anything malicious or blah, blah, blah. And he basically looks like a big smoke monster, I guess. So that's where the book is going at the moment. They've had a bit of a hiccup, and Flint got hurt. And the night terror's name is Agony. Agony and Harbinger, because she's touched it, she's now linked to him. So they are linked together. So that's the big thing at the moment. Yeah, I'm liking it, but I do get like why I would have DNF'd it. I'm 30%, and there's been like two sex scenes, or like 1.5. So yeah, but it's whatever. I'm still dealing with this sore throat. I took some medicine and an immunity shot, so I'm gonna take it out. A tomato soup would be so good right now. Good morning. I finished very late last night Intrinsically Tied by Aveda Vice. It was so good. And I'm saying this, like, considering I thought that it was extremely slow at the beginning. Like, I wasn't bored, but I was like, guys, can we confess our feelings? What are we doing? Why are we taking so long to talk about this? I love you, you love me, let's say that. At least between Harbinger and Flint. Now, Agony comes along and clearly like sees it, feels it, because he's attached to Harbinger, and is like, guys. And he's asking all these like intrusive questions to like get them thinking. I really enjoyed the, like, once we got that confession and like the connection between Flint and Harbinger and Agony grew stronger, like once Harbinger let them in to her past, really and truly, because she's like from this, I don't want to say convent, but convent for banshees that like get their powers, and they basically hone the powers, and then the convent, there are cranes outside. The convent basically want you, like, they keep you in that space so that you never leave. Not in a mean way, but oh yes, in a mean way. Yes, in a mean way. But Harbinger left. She gets to see all her friends, which is nice. From that point on, that point forward, I was like, yeah, we've made it. The sex scenes, incredible. To the point where I had to slow down my book, because I think at one point I was driving. I had to slow it down so that I really could imagine exactly what was happening. With a good sex scene, I tend to do that, but also with a confusing one, like 3 people, that's a lot for my brain to process where everybody is at the same time, and what direction are we facing and whatnot. I have to slow it down. So yeah, the end of the book was really good. I low-key got scared that like someone wasn't gonna make it, but it's a romance. Everything's gonna be fine, which I love. So yeah, I had a good time. I hope you enjoy this for Valentine's Day. I hope I get to post this for Valentine's Day, really and truly, because I just have a ton of videos not edited. Also, my throat is feeling better, yay. I will be taking precautions. At least I feel good today. I feel like I can accomplish stuff. And maybe that's because yesterday I slept almost the whole day. So, or at least I was in bed all day. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day, happy Love Month. Also, happy Black History Month. I am from the Bahamas, so like, we don't celebrate that because we gonna fully black. Well, we have National Heroes Day, which is like in October or September, and that used to be Christopher Columbus Day, so at least there's that. But yeah, happy Black History Month. I hope that regardless of who you have to spend it with, you at least spend it with yourself. Treat yourself. I will buy myself flowers on Valentine's Day, regardless of if I'm dating or not. I always buy myself something nice. If you like this video, I would appreciate it. Subscribe, there will be more. And I'm at least putting my reels from Instagram on YouTube Shorts. So you get to see that if you don't like Instagram. Yeah, okay, bye.